Hello there, I'm AJ PuzzleFerret, and welcome back to Tainted Grail, where we were looking for enough cash that we could actually set about making a sanctuary for the ill. So, let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we got acid flasks and something oil. Let's head this way. We need cash and lots of it. Oh, there's plenty here. There's hidden wealth there. That's getting us on our way. And another 30 puts us to 240. That's pretty good. This looks a little bit foggy though. Ooh, more wealth. Lovely. 10. Good. Extra hidden wealth and a enemy. And I didn't even get to see if it was a weak enemy or a tough one. I'm guessing tough, right? No. It is a flesh-eating grub larva. Okay, aggressive hitter. Some say that they infect one another. With what? Oh well, doesn't matter. We're going to pummel it to death in seconds. So, thankfully, it doesn't matter at all. Blood sample. A sample of blood extracted from a creature inhabiting grubwood. Right. Let's have that. Now. Can I grab more cash? Yes. Good. Now there's an enemy somewhere around there. It's close by. Oh, it's that one. Oh, it's a trivial person. Ha! I laugh in the face of trivial person. Trivial person will die. Probably very swiftly. Alright. Finishing blow is a little bit pointless. 50% shielding means that everything's a little bit tougher. But if I stun the enemy first, then I do twice as much damage, which is completely negated by this by the looks of it. Okay, fine. Let's block, because that seems like a good idea. And continue with the attacking. One of those, and then end turn. Nothing. Interesting. Alright, I'll block because I am not getting attacked for 27 to 36. And then I will continue with the bashing, which isn't going to do much by the looks of it. But that gets him up to 100% extra damage. Does that actually mean that I can do damage on him, or what? I block you and your silly attacks. Okay, let's try this then. Is he dead? What? What? Raised tainted corpse. That corpse is wounded, but for sure still alive. Weird. Okay. Well, we are in the weird, so that kind of explains that. I've got one defense, but he's not going to attack anyway. He's got nothing planned. But then he's a corpse, so he would have nothing planned. Oh well. Stun all enemies with... okay, let's... Oh, no, can't do that, because not armor. Rats. That was a waste of a turn. Okay, so he's got 2 turns, and they're going to be 17 to 22. He's doing more damage than expected. Okay. If target... No, I need target to be stunned for those to take effect. That might be okay, but really I need to block, because I don't want to get attacked by that. I'm still going to get one hit, aren't I? I'm still going to get hit once. There's no avoiding that. I'm trying hard, but it's not going to happen. So I might just attack. And then another one. And then he's going to get his turn. Unless, of course, being stunned means he doesn't get his turn. I don't know. I'm curious. Is this something that I can just activate whenever? You know what? Let's just activate it and see what happens. Ooh. Fancy. Well, that was kind of cool. Okay, so the rune is worth using. Raised tainted corpse. Raised again, and wounded corpse is in range. Interesting. Well, it's certainly not going to do anything during this turn. Okay, so... Right, now cleave. Cleave should kill it. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, we got plenty of XP from that. Some more cash, which is always handy. And some food. Really? Would I really want to eat the food off a corpse that raised itself twice? Pick a card. Final strike. Damage 47 to 53. If an enemy was killed by this card, momentum plus 10. What's momentum? Momentum cards that grow permanently more powerful when used under certain conditions. Right. Okay. Great. Okay. This is a block. Block next attack from chosen enemy. I like having blocks in my pack because that's quite helpful. It's really quite helpful, in fact. We can't all be attack cards, right? So yeah, let's accept that. I can only pick one, so pick that. Good. We have the blocking, and we have enough coin for what we wanted. So technically, we should return to town. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is this a tough fight? I don't know. We have got a weird candle on, which should help us a little. Oh no, it looks like it is just a flesh-eating bug thing. Let's just pummel it out of existence, and that should deal with that. Alright, so we've got some blood from it, so yeah. Wonderful. All of the blood we could possibly want. And why are we going that way? That's the problem. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so we'll go this way, and hopefully... Ooh, hello. There's another creature there. Challenging. No thanks. I like the nice non-challenging bits that don't murder me. They're great. Okay, so now we should be able to go over here, and right under the nose of the Red Priest, we should be able to take this ruin and make it into a place. This ruin could be rebuilt in order to establish a shelter for the sick. Rebuild requires 300 coins. There we go. Ooh, didn't it go nice all of a sudden? Now there's a proper infirmary in Karnak. You should tell the nurse about it. Yes. It looks tiny. That is not the big building we saw in that picture. I mean, look at it. Unless it's all underground, it's like one tiny weeny itsy bitsy house. It's more of a hut, really. In comparison to this house here, the druid's house, I mean, this has got several levels.
What's your decision?
I have made an infirmary. I built the infirmary for your patients. Yes, I'm not going to spend 100 gold to murder them. I built the infirmary from your patients. Her eyes grow wider than you ever suspected they could.
You did it? For us?
Yeah.
I can't find words to express.
Well, just go and enjoy the place. That's fine. She cuts off flushed.
We will start moving the stick at once. I won't forget what you did here.
Ah, good. You got 5 XP. 5 XP? I mean, I get more than that from every single monster I see. Why would
You
it
and the
just give me
nurse leave this domain of death. Just outside the front door, the druid is sitting on the rock. He claps slowly.
Congratulations. That was very sweet of you.
Thank you.
You're sure all this work wouldn't be better spent on shoring up your defenses?
Well, this work was designed so that you could tell me how to do that. Have you got a hoof? Is that a hoof? It must be a mitten. It's probably a mitten.
Anyway, here's my part of the deal.
Go on then.
As the Menhir's inner aura fades, the statue becomes more and more numb to the offerings. You need to rekindle it with something new, something it never felt. Magic from the homelands. Powerful, ancient magic.
All right. Powerful ancient magic sounds great. Where can I find it?
Camelot would be my guess. Short of that, the family graves of your Lord Yvain might be a place to check. His ancestors date back to the homelands, after all. Go there and dig until you find a relic of old. Then burn it as a sacrifice to the Menhir. This should do the trick.
I don't like that. Should?
In days of old, Moonring knew everything about Menhirs. I was only fed scraps of this knowledge.
Huh.
If you care so much about the answers, maybe your people shouldn't have slaughtered most of the druids.
Well, I wasn't in control of my people at that point. He grins, baring his blackened teeth, salutes you, and disappears in his home. Okay. A group of red priests approach you, fuming with anger. This is unacceptable. The law of the lands requires all farmholds to hand us over their plague bearers and weird tainted. Fool! If this farmhold becomes a den of disease, you're endangering more than yourselves. Camelot will hear of this. The knights will purge you with sword and fire. Oh, come on, they've got to get here first. None of you will be left alive to tell them. No. We already called the knights many times. Why do you think they'll come now? Camelot stands for justice, not for butchering the infirmed. Let them try. I'm all for most of the others, but I'm not going to fight them. You watch, it'll probably go through all of the other options and force me to fight them. Okay, we already called the knights many times. Why do you think they'll come now?
The priests realize they won't sway you. They helplessly look around, but see only resentment on faces of other Kuanak's residents.
Yeah.
Your compatriots hate the priests more than they fear the plague.
Well, I probably made quite a lot of friends getting rid of them then, right? Damn you! If you ever end up in the asylum, you will come to rue this day. Rue it, I say! They depart in haste, turning one of the great powers of Avalon against you makes you a little bit nervous. Well, not really. I mean, what can they do? They're probably going to make 5 experience. That is like the most stingy bit of experience that they could possibly hand over. Anyway, we know that the grave place is over this way somewhere. So, let us go to the grave. I think it was over... Was it really over here? This looks like it's kind of telling us to go over this way. It is! Lone graves. Okay. You have no trouble locating the graves. The family ruling Karnak since ancient days always made a point of being buried... Yeah, we've read that one before. Ignoring the most recent burials, you walk along the alley until you reach 2 crumbling tombs, both some 4 centuries ago. If sages are correct, that's 200 years after the Age of Conquest. But perhaps some homeland relics could still be around back then. One of the graves belongs to a child whose name was erased by wind and rain and time. Another to a knight. According to the inscriptions, he fought in some war no one but scholars knew or cared about. Alright. Open the child's grave or open the knight's grave. Well, I don't want to find that these come back to life now that the weird's around the place, so, I'll go with the knight. It seems a little bit wrong to go with the child's grave. Let's go with the knight. You huff and push aside the marble cover of the sepulchre. Inside it is a wielded shaped casket made out of a material you've seen ever before. Okay. It might be the same stone out of which someone in the old days carved out the menhir. Ooh, interesting. In Karnak. Okay. You open the casket and see a crumbling skeleton dressed in ornate robe. A sword in a scabbard rested on its chest. Okay. Move on to the child's grave. Take the sword. Try to lift the entire casket. As if you'd be able to lift the entire casket. I mean, I've already got a massive injury, which I've been told about before. No, let's take the sword. As soon as you remove the sword from the scabbard, disappointment washes over you. The ornate blade had never seen any honor and was not made of true steel. There were only so many swords people brought to Avalon from homelands, and as time progressed, they got too scarce to be put in the ground. Oh dear. Well, I can't lift the entire casket. There's no way I can lift the entire casket. I mean, it's tempting. It really is. But I don't think that's possible. It's a casket. You could empty the stuff out of it, and then maybe you'd be able to... But it's stone, right? It's stone. That's heavy. Very heavy. Okay, move on to the child's grave, then. The tombstone is small and easy enough to move aside, and inside there's a lead coffin. It's sealed, already broken, and its lid resting at a crooked angle. Someone's already been in there. Some ancient grave robbers were here before you. Yes, open the coffin anyway. Yeah, might as well. A pitiful pile of little bones, among them a lone toy, an ornate wooden figure. Why does a wooden figure survive? Of a knight that moves once you pull its cord. Huh. It takes you a while to realise the toy should rot through by now. No, it didn't take me a while to work that out. It took me seconds to work that out. There is a latent magic within it, and the toy complexity seems to indicate it was made beyond the sea in an ancient Camlin? Camlin? In a Camlin! I've never heard of a Camlin. Okay. You got to the relic of Homestead. Move on to the knight's grave or leave. Well, we've already investigated the knight's grave, so we're fine. You leave the cemetery hoping you'll never have to go back there. Okay. Leave. Done. What are we going to do about the Hills folk? Those poor folk were left in that place near the druid's home. And, you know, they've just been left. Okay. Will this help this thing then?
You approach the guardian menhir of Kuanacht with the relic.
Aye.
Looking at its cracked surface, you start to wonder whether it will be enough. As you prepare to lay the offering, you feel an imposing presence behind you.
Bom.
The maimed knight is standing just a few paces back, wrapped in his tattered cloak, hood obscuring his face. You never heard his footsteps.
Don't you dare stab me in the back. Sacrifice the child's toy, or having you behind me back makes me nervous. Yes.
It's not about your comfort. It's about the safety of this farmhold. Menhirs are ancient constructs, not to be trifled with. Even with my knowledge, I have no idea what will happen next.
Fun stuff. The future. That's usually what happens next. Okay, sacrifice the toy.
The
This is probably a
flames
bad
begin
idea.
to consume your relic, and you experience a familiar feeling. Things once again seem to come into focus as the menhir's protective power surges fast. Perhaps too fast. The stone almost seems to be trembling.
Oh dear.
Then something breaks.
Oh dear, we've busted it.
Menhir's power disappears in an instant.
Oh,
A
great.
chilling wail sounds in the air, coming from within the statue.
Oh, rats. What, she's not going to read that bit? She reads all of the rest, but not that. Okay, small strands of weirdness begin to form in the air, right in front of your face.
Finally, the menhir itself begins to move.
What? It's come to life or something?
No. Something tries to move out of it.
Creepy.
A dark, ethereal apparition with 4 arms and a 3-eyed mask.
Oh, lovely. And we've just been fighting everything that isn't difficult all this time. Ooh, it's some sort of weird night thing. Lovely. This is going to have me dead, isn't it? This is the end because I die.
Step back!
That's what I was planning on doing.
The maimed knight throws back the cloak, and for a moment you are blinded.
Is that light, is he?
Beside you stands a true knight of the Round Table. His armor, though several hundred years old and mended in many places, shines in the torchlight like a falling star. The sight of his face, part of it twisted
I
by
see.
weird, and the other
Fair.
part pristine like a portrait of some ancient hero, makes you stop in your tracks.
Well, that's all the time I got for now, so I shall catch you in the next episode. In the meanwhile, you take care. Thanks for watching. Feel free to watch other things on my channel. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye for now.